What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Um, I got to show you something. But welcome back to another show. On this show, we're going to talk about proof that Shedeur Sanders is in very big trouble in the Cleveland Browns organization. He's in really big trouble. I have never witnessed anything like this in a long time. I've heard about things like this going on, but this is clear sabotage. This is clear sabotage. I'm about to show you. There's proof. It's clear sabotage, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to say, in my opinion, allegedly. This is very, very clear. And a lot of people are speaking up about this, saying that, well, let me show you the picture. Let me show you. Hold on, I can show you better than I could tell you. Yeah, all right, look at this picture right here. All right, so this is, for me, this is clear proof that this kid was set up for failure. Look at the offensive lineman. This is not Photoshop. This is not Photoshop. This is not AI. Watching the game yesterday because I heard he got in. And I knew eventually he was going to get in. I told you guys the only way Shedeur is going to get in this game unless Dylan gets hurt. I told you guys this. Shedeur will get in if Dylan gets hurt. Now Dylan is in concussion protocol. They're setting Dylan up for failure as well. But look at this picture right here. This is clear. This is an NFL offensive line. Okay? This is not a college offensive line. This is an NFL offensive line. There's 3 defenders blocking one person. And that person has a clear shot to tee off on Shedeur. This was set up for him to get hurt. Look at it. There's other plays too. There's other plays. And a matter of fact, a friend of mine, he played in the NFL. He couldn't believe it. He said, "Man, did you see this photo?" He said, "This is a real photo." He said that was Shedeur was getting ready to get teed off on. It was not meant for him to win this game. He could have won the game. It's not meant for him to win this game whatsoever. And we all know that, just looking at, Chauncey's situation, that these games could be rigged. These games can. And I'm not saying this game was rigged, but you see the picture right there. That picture right there is irrefutable. I don't care what nobody is saying. I don't care what nobody's opinion is. I like to see for myself. Seeing is believing. Believe half of what you hear. Believe half of what you hear, especially online nowadays. Believe half of what you hear. I actually believe more than half of what you hear. We need to see evidence. Look at it. There was no way he was going to be successful on this play. No way. And also, the other reason why he was set up for failure is because he didn't have any first team reps. And I know what people are saying. Well, if he's good, he don't need first team reps. Negative. He does need first team reps. I don't care how good he is. Tom Brady had first team reps when Drew Bledsoe got hurt against the New York Jets. When Tom Brady came in, he never looked back. He did get first team reps because at that point, he was upgraded to the second string quarterback. Okay? He was upgraded to the second string quarterback, and he was getting a lot of first team reps. And not only was he getting first team reps, Bill Belichick was working with him to read defenses. So Tom Brady was set up for success. And here's why I say all of this. In order for a quarterback to be successful in the NFL, he needs more than skills. He needs the organization to get behind him. The organization has to get behind him to make sure that he's set up for success. This is not it. This is not it. He didn't get first team reps, and they threw him out there with the Wolves. He wasn't ready with this team. This is his first time working out with these offensive linemen. This is his first time. And even Shedeur said in the press conference, you have to learn the wide receivers' tendencies. He said it's one thing in practice, but it's one thing in the game. He didn't have that opportunity. He never got first team reps. Now, let me ask you this. Why would an NFL organization not set his second string quarterback up for success? Because he has to be ready just like the starting quarterback. Why do I say that? For situations like this, Dylan Gabriel had to go into concussion protocol. Okay, so if he went into concussion protocol, you still should win the game. You know why? Because your second string quarterback should have all the first team reps and be prepared equally as the first string quarterback. This is not the case. So so I could say they were set up for failure. They were set up for failure. And this is not up for debate. People are saying, well, no, if he's good, he could go. No, it's not up for debate. You have to have first team reps. Practice make perfect. Okay? It's all muscle memory. You need practice. And you need practice with the first team. Okay, I don't care what nobody's saying here. You said Dylan didn't have a concussion. He ran. Just because you run into the locker room don't mean that you don't have a concussion. But that's what they're saying. See how tricky this is? We don't know if he had. That's what they're saying. He may have been in concussion protocol. We're not sure. But they let Shedeur in, and it's like to set him up for failure. It's like, all right, you know what? Let's stop. These people keep talking here. The fans keep talking. Let's just put him in. Let's just put him in. He's been standing on the sidelines. All right, Shedeur, go in. That's not how you do it. They set him up for failure. I don't care what nobody say. And the experts are going to tell you as well. Guess what? What's his name also said it too? Rex Ryan. He also said. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Rex Ryan even said the same thing. And even Rex Ryan had some things to say about Shedeur, remember? But now he's saying that they set him up for failure. Rex Ryan is saying it. Even Rex Ryan is keeping it 100 and saying that they set him up for failure. Okay? And what did he say? Well, Shedeur need to do this. Shedeur need to do that. Remember Rex Ryan said that? He's saying they set him up for failure this time. They did. Guys, it's clear what they're doing. But a lot of people say, oh, well, that might not be it. No, it's very clear. Stefanski is making it very clear he don't like him. What more do you need? What more do you need? He's making it very, very clear that he doesn't like him. I don't want nobody on the link this time. I can't because it's going to mess my show up because I don't know what nobody's going to say when they come on. I just gotta do this and get up out of here. And then maybe I might have people on at the end. But right now, let me just get these thoughts out real quick. But I might have people on later. I just want to say this real quick because it's important. I don't care what nobody's saying. It's clear what he's doing. It's very clear. What you mean the second string quarterback is not getting any first team reps? That's clear as day what they're doing with him. And here's another thing. Here's another thing. They wouldn't even trade him. They wouldn't even trade. They are still breaking this man down. They're breaking him down. They're not going to stop until he's fully broken down. They're trying to break his will, in my opinion. They are trying to break this kid's will, in my opinion, and they're doing it in front of everybody. I know what he did with Allen Iverson, right? A lot of people don't know that. That's why there's no love lost for that last name. No game preparation. No first team game preparation. This is a little bit more than that, Yasharel. This is a little bit more than that. This is very sadistic, what they're doing. And they're doing it in front of everybody because he's very popular. They're messing up his brand. I don't care what nobody say. His brand is getting messed up. His brand is getting messed up. I don't care what nobody's saying. They'll know he still got his brand. People still supporting him. I'm talking about the advertising money. His brand is getting messed up. And they're doing it. I believe they're doing it on purpose. They didn't like the fact how, guys, I go back to the fact when Coach Prime first came to Colorado, they didn't like what he did. When he spoke in front of that team and he said, well, you guys only won one game. He said, who you think is next? The players. He said, who you think is next? He said, I'm bringing my own Louis luggage. They didn't like that because a lot of these kids were dependent on their scholarships, and they believe he took it away. They did not like it. I'm telling you that this is going back to that. They did not like it. They did not like it. And then Shedeur is gonna catch strays over this. They didn't like it. They don't feel like Shedeur has earned anything. I'm being 100 with you. I'm telling you how they feeling. They don't feel like he's deserved anything. He's only had one coach in his life. And to be honest with you, he's never worked for starting position. He's already had it. He's always had it, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But they don't feel like he worked for this position. They don't. Okay, they feel like it was given to him. They don't feel like he's earned anything. And I'm just telling you, this is how they really feeling about him. They don't like the watch when he do the watch. They don't like none of it. You know how he celebrate. They don't like any of it. None of it. They're going to ruin his brand. They're going to try to break him, and he's going to be out of the NFL. Let me tell you, in the offseason, do you think he's going to get traded in the offseason? The answer is no. They're not trading him. They're going to keep him for the whole 3 years, and he's not going to play. The only way I could see him getting out of this in the offseason, he has to request for a trade. He said, I don't want to play here no more. He has to make it publicly known. I don't want to play here anymore. That's the only way he's going to get out of this situation. Listen, and if it didn't work for Johnny Football and the other quarterback, it's not going to work out for him either. Okay? It's not going to work out for him. I don't know what kind of injury. I don't know what kind of injury he has, but he went out for something. I don't know what Dylan has, but as far as I'm concerned, Dylan needs to leave there too. He needs to leave there too, because they're looking for another quarterback in the upcoming draft. And here's my suggestion for the upcoming quarterbacks. If you get drafted number 1 to them, I want you to don't hire an agent, and I want you to go back to college. Go back to college, especially if you have some more eligibility. Go back to college. Do not go there. Or on draft day, request a trade. This is not the place for quarterbacks to go. This is not the place for, they need a new owner. They need a new owner. But even if they get a new owner, the mentality will still be the same, if you know what I'm talking about. The mentality will always be the same with these people. So no matter who the owner is, part of it is our fault because we never created our own league of our own. Part of it is our fault. And okay, if they will try to sabotage you creating your own league, but then refuse to play for this league. Refuse. It's other leagues to go to. You could go to Canada. You go to Europe. Just refuse to play here until you get what you want. But we're not all coming together for that, so that's never going to happen. So this is just like a plantation. That's how they run it. And as far as I'm concerned, with the other players on the team, they're in on this sabotage because they're not speaking up on what's going on. How do you put a quarterback in that's not prepared? He's not prepared. Yeah, he's good, but he's not prepared. He's not prepared at all. No first team reps. What did they think was going to happen? Dylan could go out with anything. Dylan could easily say, "Listen, I'm injured. Something wrong with my head." It may not nothing be wrong with him, but maybe he don't want to play. No, it's something wrong with me. Now Shedeur has to go in. I knew he was going to go in eventually because if this kid, the way this kid kept getting hit, eventually Shedeur was going to go in. And his confidence is shot. Dylan's confidence is shot. That's way it looks. And the crowd was booing. It was just a bad situation. Yeah, I know it's concussion protocol. If it's a week extension, it means that Shedeur is going to play next week. More than likely, that's what Mary Kay said. He's playing next week. Because I believe Dylan is in concussion protocol. I know people are saying, well, he's not. We don't know that. You don't know if he got a concussion or not, so we can't say. And also, you don't have to take a hit to get a concussion. You know that? Most concussions happen when you hit the ground, if you don't know that. You don't have to take a hit to get a concussion. It's just from falling on the ground the wrong way. You get a concussion. Your brain, remember, your brain is shaking. Yeah, so you don't have to get a hit for a concussion. He could have been playing, right? He could have had the concussion and he could have still been playing, right? But when he was going to the locker room or he got in there, he might have felt nauseous or he might have felt sick. So we can't say he don't have a concussion. He may have one. He been getting flinged all over the place. He may have a concussion, especially if he started feeling the effects of it. Sometimes it's a delayed reaction. But he's not prepared either. You know why? They should have kept Joe Flacco. They should have kept him and had the rookies learn under him. That's what they should have done. But they got rid of Joe Flacco, which didn't make sense. And Shedeur is not getting no first team reps, so he's not ready. Dylan is getting all the first team reps, and the offensive line, they can't block to save their life. So it's a bad situation. Look at that offensive line right there. Look at that picture. That is not up for debate. Look what they did. Look. And look at that defender tracking Shedeur down. Look at him. He coming for him. He right in the middle. They parted that middle like the Red Sea was parted. Look at it. Look how big that hole is. And Shedeur sees it coming. So he trying to go through his checks and see if he could get somebody open, but he see that guy coming for him. What is he supposed to do at this point? Look at the wide receivers. Everybody still got their back turned. Actually, there's another photo of this that really will tell you. These wide receivers could have actually got open. They all had their back turned on them. So he couldn't throw it nowhere. So basically what he probably should have did was just throw it away. He should have threw it away. He should have like ran to his right there to get out of the pocket and then throw that away. He could have got there, see where 78 is, where 77 is. All he got to do is just get a little bit outside the number 77 and just throw the ball away at that point. Because you see the defender coming for him, and there's nobody open. So all he had to do was just get over just a little bit and get out of that quarterback pocket and then throw the ball away in the end zone. Shedeur, I'm gonna tell you something. Shedeur, the next game you're gonna play. If you don't throw this ball away, you're gonna get hurt. They're gonna get you hurt. I'm just letting you know this. I don't give a damn if you trying to make something happen. Throw the ball away because they're not blocking for you. Look, proof is in the pudding. If you sit there and try to hold on to that ball and take a sack, son, you ain't gonna play football for too long. You're not. They're gonna get you hurt. You see that right there? That guy has a clear shot on you. Clear. You could have got seriously hurt right here. I want you to take a mental note of it. Step out of the side of the pocket and just throw the shit away. Okay? Look at the two offensive linemen. Look at the center. Look at him. He got his hand on number 77. Who is he blocking? Where is the work at? Where is his work? His work is supposed to be to his left. Look. He don't have no work. They all triple team in one defender. Look at number 77. He don't know what the hell he doing. 78 is the only one that has work right here. He's the only one. 77 don't need to help him out. In the center, he don't know what he doing. This is very bad. This is very bad. You better throw that ball away. You're going to get hurt. I'm just telling you. And they don't care about you. So you need to care about yourself and live to get out of there. Live to get out of there. Okay? Live until Dylan comes back off concussion protocol or whatever he's doing so he can start. And they can put him back in this BS. And then at the off season, you need to request a trade. You don't want to play there no more. And also, if they won't let you go at this point, you may not play football. You might have to be like, fuck it, and go get you a lawyer at this point because there's still a crime scene going on. You might have to just get a lawyer and see if old boy can contact the Justice Department and find out if there was collusion going on. Because we need to get some proof what Eric Dickerson said. He said that it came from up top in the NFL to tell the teams not to draft you. Son, you could have so much money, you won't have to play football no more. You don't have to play football no more for these billionaires. I want you to go sue these people at this point. You will have so much money, you will never have to play football again and risk getting CTE. You better sue these people, man. Because at this point, where is he going to go? Because everybody didn't draft him. They were all in. They seemed like they was all in it together. So who was going to like this kid, man? Who? And I found out the Giants didn't have no problem with him. You know how they said it might have been a problem with the Giants? They didn't have no problem with him. Because if you go back to his pro day, one of the Giants coaches was like, he ain't never seen a quarterback throw like this in a long time. It was a Giants coach that said that. Not the ball, it was the other guy. This is a crime scene that's happening. The Giants didn't have no problem with him because they was at his pro day. Go look at Bucky's video when that Giants coach was talking to Shiloh. When he said, hey, man, when your brother throws, when he throw an off ball, it's only within a hand's reach. It's never to where the receiver can't catch it. He said he hasn't seen like that. He hasn't seen something like that in a long time. He's very accurate. And Shiloh said that, well, I guess he is really good. Go look. Bucky still have it. And I want you to go look at Bucky's video when Shedeur was like, you got to hook my brother up. And then the commissioner was like, I'm worried about your father. Go look. Go look, man. So if what Eric Dickerson said is true, that this came from higher up and they told the teams not to draft him, and then the higher ups told the Cleveland Browns, okay, now go draft him. This is going too far. Go draft him. And they didn't want to draft him. He needs to get proof of that. He needs to find out. Whoever that knows that, they need to tell him this and give him proof so he can go sue. This is a lawsuit. He should never have to play football ever again. I mean, sue them for $1 billion. And don't settle. Take it all the way to court. And don't pull no Kaepernick either. Talking about I want to come back and play football. F these people, man. Don't do that. Get your money and walk away. Because I don't know if you ever going to have a shot here. Because if these teams did this to you, I don't know if he's ever going to have a shot at this point. Because the reason why I say that is in order for him to be successful, he got to have an organization that's behind him, that supports him. Right now, he doesn't have it, in my opinion. Well, why do I say that? Again, the coach said it. He said he's not getting first team reps. Well, that doesn't make sense because if Dylan goes out, Shedeur has to be equally as ready so you guys won't lose the game. So he will get his first team reps and he'll be equally as prepared. I can see if the third string is not getting first team reps, but you have to make sure the backup is ready. The backup was not ready. Well, Bill Belichick made sure Tom Brady was ready when Drew Bledsoe got hurt by Mo Lewis with the New York Jets. He made sure Brady was ready. Brady came in and never looked back. Never looked back. He was ready. And also he said Bill Belichick used to sit down with the quarterbacks and help them read defenses. You know, that stuff he learned under Bill Parcells, if anybody remember. Because Bill Belichick was a coach under Bill Parcells, the New York Giants, back in the 80s, you know, when Phil Simms was the quarterback. Joe Morris was the running back. Lawrence Taylor, Pepper Johnson, Litter and Little. Okay, Mark Bavaro, that New York Giants. So he learned some stuff and he taught Tom Brady how to read defenses and know what to do. So when Tom Brady get in the game, they didn't have to worry about losing the game. And what did Tom Brady say? He said these coaches these days, they don't help the quarterback out. They don't develop quarterbacks. They don't help the quarterbacks read defenses. They don't care. Who you think he's talking about? He's not prepared. I don't care what nobody says. Shedeur's not prepared. He's not. And look at this. Look at that picture. It's clear evidence. Look what they did. That person right there that has his hand on number 77 to the right side, he has no work. Where's the work? His work is to the left. But he's not gonna be able to get back in time before Shedeur get teed off on. Shedeur could have got hurt in this play. What Shedeur should have did was he should have had the presence of mind to move to his right to get out the quarterback box and throw the shit away. Just throw it away. So if he do get hit, it would have been a penalty. He would have had a penalty. That would have been 10 plays. Easy. They would have had the first down. Easy. I know somebody that worked for one of these organizations. He sent me this picture. He said, look what they did, bro. And he started laughing. He said, they're going to get this kid hurt. They don't like him. In his opinion. He said, he said, I don't know what this kid did for somebody not to like him. And you know what? His parents are feeling it too. Go to what his mother said when his mother was at the game, when she said her baby just got in the game. Go look at what she said, though. She said, yeah, he never got no work with the first team and this and that. And they putting him out there. Go listen to what she said. They know. I'm not just tripping. They know what's being done to him. They don't develop quarterbacks. They don't. So I don't care what nobody say. Even the experts are saying, yo, even Rex Ryan is saying it. You remember what Rex Ryan was like, he need to get in his playbook and he said Shedeur need to do this, Shedeur need to do that. Rex Ryan said that they setting him up for failure. He said it. Rex Ryan. You know, his dad is the legendary coach Buddy Ryan, Philadelphia Eagles.
Concussion protocol, he would have to clear through. Most quarterbacks don't, and that means Shedeur Sanders is in line to start Sunday against the Raiders.
He played the whole second half yesterday. It was exciting to see him get out on the field, and then it stopped being exciting almost immediately. Dan, what happens here?
Yeah, probably the first time he's ever seen a pressure like this. One of the more exotic Baltimore throws, pressure up, droppers out, he gets hit. Ball sails, easy takeaway.
Tied at 16 in the fourth quarter. The Ravens had done almost nothing against this stout Cleveland defense. That was a third.
So good.
Myles Garrett had 4 sacks in this game, by the way. Brings up to have been a quarterback in the NFL to see that he didn't look ready to play at all. He has been the backup quarterback there for a while now.
Yeah.
And it looked from the moment he ran out onto the field, it looked like they had no conceivable chance.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he saw things that he's never seen before when it comes to pressures, and he's felt speed that he's never felt before when it comes to Baltimore's defense. I know there's been a lot been made about no snaps or practice reps with the first team, the starters. I think that's more common than people anticipate. I would go weeks as the backup quarterback, weeks, if not months, without taking a single rep with our starting offense.
But you were sort of a seasoned veteran backup who was there for that reason because you didn't need snaps. And
he was a seasoned. See, I was just about to say that. Hold on a second. He's leaving something out. Guys, he left something out. Joe Flacco don't need no reps. He's been in the league 19 years, 18 years. He don't need no reps. That guy that's talking right now, when he was a backup, he didn't need no reps. He was a starter in the NFL. He didn't need no reps. He's already seen all the defenses. So that's what he left out there. That's what he left out. That's what he left out. All right.
could throw you in case of trouble. This is a rookie who's never taken a snap in an NFL game.
It's also a rookie who's playing in front of him, who's only been playing for 6 games or so. So you're trying to get him ready. I don't think it's the perfect signs. Do I think it's odd?
Stop. Okay? If they always use one of them to try to make this, they try to dress this thing up. So they gotta have somebody to dress this thing up. No. Let's use our common sense here. Yes, Dillon is a rookie quarterback. He does need first team reps. Shedeur is the backup quarterback, and he's a rookie. Okay? He's a rookie too. So he needs first team reps because he might go in and not know what he's doing. At this point, they might as well have Bailey Zappi as the number 1 quarterback if they're going to do it like that. Because Bailey got more experience than both of them. Okay? At this point. He got more experience. You're either going to put the experience in and let the rookies learn under them and get them first team reps so they can be ready, or maybe you're trying to tank this season. The likely thing what they should have did was kept Joe Flacco there, and if you're going to have Shedeur as the number 2 quarterback, you got him learning under Joe Flacco, and you give him and Dillon more at first team reps because Joe Flacco really don't need him. He's been in the league since Shedeur was 4 years old. Okay? He's been there since he was 4 years old. He don't need no first team reps. He just needs to get all the rest he can in his muscle memory at this point. He don't see every defense they can throw at him. He won a Super Bowl. Okay? And he got an arm on him. So it make more sense to give the rookies the first team reps and help and have him help them out and guide them along, but they're not doing that. I honestly believe they are tanking the season. I do believe that. And it's nothing really you could do about. I mean, there's nothing we could do about it. I'm just pointing it out. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, it's apparent now what they're doing, in my opinion. But as far as developing Shedeur, they're not developing Shedeur or Dillon. They're both not getting developed. Unless Bailey Zappi is giving them some pointers, but he don't really have that much experience. He got more experience than them, though. But they're not getting developed. Kevin Stefanski got that position because of his father. He didn't get it off his merit. He did not. This is nepotism how he got that. His father got pulled. Dating back to the Philadelphia 76ers when Allen Iverson was playing. If you go look at how he became a NFL head coach, it don't seem right. He should have more experience than that to get a head coaching position. He didn't have that much experience. So I started looking into it. I said, well, let me find out who his father is or his parents. And then I saw his dad because I remember his dad's face. This is back when Allen Iverson was with the Sixers. I said, he got it that way. He don't know nothing about no damn defenses. I don't care if he was coach of the year. So what? As far as I'm concerned, when he won coach of the year, another coach should have won. But they gave it to him. So I don't care. He's in a bad position here. Bad.
That Shedeur hasn't had a single snap of practice rep Yes, the first time that their offensive line starting group had heard
his cadence, which is
in a game.
that is very, very odd for something like that.
Yeah, we usually in or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you hear that? This is the first time that they heard his cadence. Oh, forget it.
usually listen, as a backup, you would have maybe on a Friday you might get a couple. To have the starting offensive line not hear your cadence at all is very, very it's very strange. For the Cleveland Browns, I find it very odd.
Something there just doesn't seem right, Rex.
No, 100% it doesn't seem right. And look, here's the thing, and is it the kid, or is it how you have treated this guy? Like, I don't know where the fine line is, but there's, certainly a disconnect. Like when I see like this kid on the bench, this is after the game. Number one, it's not the 7th game of the World Series. You lost a game that nobody cares about. All right. And by the way, Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP, was looking for you. Like, go back in there, visit with Lamar or whatever, and then go back in with your teammates. Why is this? Say this. The only energy I saw in the entire stadium was when that kid popped on and Shedeur walked on the field. You know who was wanting to see him play?
Fans.
The dang fans. And you know who never cared? His teammates. What the hell is going on in Cleveland?
I told you guys, this is Rex Ryan that's saying it. You don't have to, it don't matter when I say it. Rex Ryan is saying it. His father's the legendary Buddy Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia Eagles back when Randall Cunningham was playing. Buddy Ryan. The defensive specialist Buddy Ryan. That's his son talking. He said the teammates didn't care. He's in the wrong position. In fact, the NFL may not like this kid. It may be a blackball situation going on. They may not like him. And if that's the case, he might have to just go ahead and seek an attorney. I don't know, unless I do know that there was other teams that wanted his services. The Jets was one of them. They would have loved to have traded for him because they need a quarterback to develop, but they wouldn't trade him. So if you don't like him and the teammates don't care about him, why you still have him there? Because he's selling jerseys, because y'all buying his jerseys. And I'm not saying you shouldn't buy his jerseys, but you're supporting what happened to him. You're really supporting it. And here's the thing. You have to say to yourself, who is benefiting off the sale of his jerseys? Yeah, he might be getting some money off of it, but ultimately the team is benefiting the most off his jersey sales. So when we have the power in our dollars to stop it. So when you spend your money, you are supporting it. We like, oh, well, he getting a certain percentage off his jersey. I don't care what he getting off his jerseys. I'm not giving that team no money. I don't even support the New York Jets, and that's my team. But I would have went to the game if he was going to start. That's when I would have spent my money and paid the Jets ticket. I'm not supporting these billionaires. That's what you support. You're supporting this billionaire. That's what you're supporting. But hey, it's all good though. I'm not telling somebody where to spend their money. But that's the only reason why I think he's there. He's selling jerseys. He's making them money. At least they can recoup some money from what they gave Deshaun Watson. Think about it. Okay, we can recoup some money this way. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put them in every now and then just to keep the fans happy, get them selling them jerseys and whatnot. We're going to recoup as much money as we can because they gave Deshaun Watson life-changing money. And now he's hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I think they need to keep him at least 1 or 2 more years before they're eligible to trade him and get him up out of there. But at least if they draft a rookie quarterback, they'll be planning for the future. But I don't think Shedeur is their future, though. The way that played right there, the way they did him right there, they could have got him hurt.
What is going on in Cleveland? And so to me, it's like, are you not giving this kid a chance from day one? Why the hell did you trade up for him in the first place?
Who's running?
Or is it something about the kid that you can't stand? I don't know.
Scout team, how does the offensive line not have heard his cadence before?
Yeah.
We don't give him any reps in a walkthrough and a 7-on-7. It's odd. I
Well,
don't think he should be getting
obviously,
a
he's
bajillion
running the
reps.
scout team. You're a backup quarterback. Obviously, you would run the scout team, right?
So if he's running the scout team, how is the offensive line not hurt his cadence?
I don't know. Like, maybe he's not. Like, hell, maybe he's not. I don't know.
Just to
But
go back to
that would even be stranger. If this
The scout team is Bailey Zappi. It's Bailey Zappi because the coach said it. It's Bailey is running the scout team. Shedeur just chilling.
kid's not running the scout team, that would blow me away. He's a backup
But just to go
quarterback.
back, he hadn't taken a snap. Going back to training camp with the starting offense, all the work went to Joe Flacco.
Sure.
It went to Kenny Pickett. It went to Dylan Gabriel. It never went to Shedeur Sanders. So that when he stepped onto the field for the first time yesterday, this is the first time they're hearing his cadence. He's playing behind that line.
Why did you trade up for him? Why in the hell did you trade up for this guy if you have you're not going to play him? I don't understand that. Why the hell would you trade up for a player you're going to give no chance to? Makes no
That's
sense.
the way it felt. And for any of you who didn't get to see the game, because it was on up against Kansas City and Denver and whatever else it is, it looked hopeless. I mean, it literally looked, and their defense.
Because according to Eric Dickerson, when the draft started, he said that somebody told him that it came from up top, and he told the teams not to take him off the draft board. But then whoever up top told the Browns, okay, go ahead and draft him now, because this is going too far. Go ahead and draft him. That's what Eric Dickerson said. So that answers the question if that's the case.
Played
which means they never wanted him.
so well.
Yeah.
Carry Myles Garrett off the field on a shield after that game. He was unbelievable in that game, and they had no chance. So
Every week,
that's the situation in that division. The Ravens move within or stay within a game of the Steelers, who earlier in the day had won their game. But there's a significant moment in this between the Steelers and the Bengals. Shefty, we see Aaron Rodgers leave the game. What can you tell us about his wrist?
There is a slight break in his left wrist. Now, he's going to undergo further testing today to determine how extensive that break is, whether surgery is needed, which it certainly sounds like it could be. They'd have to put.
You want to get Shedeur like one rep with the ones, 2 reps with the ones. I ain't saying split it 50-50. I understand that. But even when John was taking the majority of the reps, John, if we did 10 reps in a period, the backup would take 2. Just in case. So for Shedeur Sanders, here we are in week 11. The man got drafted in May. And at no point in time had he taken one snap with the ones. It's very, very disappointing.
Hold on. Look, not only is it disappointing, right? And a lot of people say, "Hey, listen, you and Unc, you were screaming for Shedeur to start. You wanted him to get in there, and look at his stat line. Look at what he did. Well, obviously, I'm confused, and I'm trying to understand. This ain't Madden. You don't just take out one quarterback and put another quarterback in and expect success to happen, especially when you haven't had any reps with the ones. When it comes to the play calling, what play calls are you going to be able to call for a quarterback that hasn't had any reps with the ones? You don't know what he does well, what he doesn't do, you don't know what he does well. You don't know what he's not going to be good at, because there's no chemistry. There's no chemistry. So you're just out there calling plays all willy-nilly, not knowing how the offense can run. And I know as a quarterback, you're supposed to be prepared. You're supposed to know, if the opportunity presents itself, you got to be able to go in there and do what you can do. But come on, no reps at all.
Let me ask you a question.
No reps up?
No, but let me ask you this. Normally on Saturday, or Sunday morning, Dylan Gabriel will tell Stefanski, these are the plays that I really like.
Every quarterback does that. Quarterback does that, huh?
Every quarterback does that. So do you think he had any idea of the plays that Shedeur likes?
No.
Or he's just going to call plays here's my play sheet and I'm calling? Because you build your play sheet around the quarterback and what he likes, what he's good at, what he's good at. You don't even know what Shedeur is good at. Now, it's going to be very interesting. Look at this play. Now, you got 3 guys blocking 1 guy, and somebody about to come in and hit Shedeur dead in his mouth.
They just showed the same picture I showed. Let me show you. This is my first time watching their opinion. Hold on. Let me show you. They just showed the same picture I showed. It was set up for him to get hurt there. Everybody's talking about it. I never seen nothing like that. Not from an NFL offensive line. Never seen it. He isn't, he's in dire trouble. They don't like him. They don't. They do not like him there, man. I don't care what nobody is saying. Well, he just got to wait, get his opportunity. They don't want him to have an opportunity. Your offensive line blocked like that, that was on purpose for him to get hit. And they're pointing it out. And these are Shannon Sharp, a Hall of Famer.
Now, what should have happened was a redirect.
Mhm.
You slide the line to the left.
Yep.
And now, guess what? You got the guard or the center to hit that guy that's looping around, and now you're protected. But hey, the O line is going to have to make calls until Shedeur get
Catch up.
get
Till
in the
he catches
groove of
up,
things.
yeah.
He's not there right now to say no. I want you to go here. Hey, redirect. Let's Liz this. Let's Liz this. Let's Lucy this. Now we're going to slide the line to the left. Now we're going to take. Hey, you only got one guy rushing on the right. Why the hell we got three guys? And now we got a guy finna come in here and try to put his helmet up under Shedeur's chin. So it's going to be very interesting this week. I'm sure Gabriel is going to be in protocol. We'll see if Shedeur is going to get the start against. I think they play the Raiders, though, Joe. I think they play the Raiders. We'll see if he gets the start against the Raiders, and he'll get an opportunity to take all the reps, all the ones, and Stefanski will have an idea what he likes and will call plays accordingly. That's how it works.
And honestly, it's very important too for Stefanski to understand and know what his quarterback likes to do, because it allows you to call plays and put him in advantageous situations for you. It just makes your job easier. It just makes your job easier as a head coach and for a quarterback to know what he likes, so the offense is able to run smooth. I mean, it's really easy. It's not about Dylan Gabriel. It's not about Shedeur Sanders. It's about putting our players in positions for them to succeed and give us our best chances to win. That's.
And it also might be a situation is they don't know how to do it. He's incompetent as an NFL coach, because they've had problems with other quarterbacks. The organization had problems with other quarterbacks. So maybe it's an organizational thing. They just incompetent. It has to be an organizational thing, because their other quarterback that left, he's doing good somewhere else. It has to be the organization. You said, why was Kevin Stefanski speaking highly of 12 to treat? You believe everything them people say? You do? I don't. They can lie. They've been lying throughout history. They might speak good of you. That don't mean they mean it. I don't believe nothing them folks say. They gotta live. Their actions gotta speak louder than their words for me to believe anything these folks say. You're saying Stefanski should be fired? Well, he cool with the coach. Is Stefanski not getting fired? The owner is in on it. If the owner likes him, he's not getting fired. Yeah, it's an organizational thing. It didn't work out with their other quarterback. If they don't like you, they don't like you. They didn't like that other quarterback when he came in. And he was very confident too when he came in the league. I forget his name right now. He was a confident, outspoken person. It didn't work out for him with the Browns. I don't know how it's going to work out with Shedeur. It didn't work out with Johnny Football either. So I don't know how it's going to work out with Shedeur or Dylan. It's a bad organization here. It's like the Bad News Bears. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. If it ain't work out for him, it ain't gonna work out for 12. I don't care what they say. He need to just demand a trade in the offseason. Like, look, I'm not playing with y'all no more, man. You're not working with me. You're not trying to develop me. Send me somewhere else. Send me somewhere else at this point. But all the former players, all the legendary coaches, they're now telling you what's happening. They set him up for failure. He didn't get no first team reps, not a couple reps here and there, nothing. He just chilling. Bailey Zappi is the one running the scout team. You say you have to look at how black quarterbacks are being treated around the league. This is a plantation football. Well, I mean, they treated Baker Mayfield the same way. It's a mentality situation. It could, yeah, a plantational situation with the players. This is the last league where the owners have complete power. Major League Baseball is not like that. Okay, the NBA is not like that anymore. Even though the NBA is having their problems right now with this fixing stuff. But the owners don't have complete control and stuff. But the NFL, they still do. You said it may not be safe for him to request to be traded because no other team would. Well, at that point, he would just need to get a lawyer and try to sue him, and then try. But before he do that, you got to be strategic. I would hit up Eric Dickerson first. I'm like, listen, Mr. Dickerson, listen to me. In all seriousness, who told you this? Because I need proof. And then he got connections in the White House. He got connections already in the White House and get the president to get the Justice Department involved. He has connections in the White House already. Wasn't the president watching the draft and saying he don't understand why he didn't get drafted? And the reason being is because the president knows his father. They know each other. That's why. If you didn't know. He doesn't watch football like that. He only watched major events, it seemed like. And he made his presence known. He said, "Man, this is stupid. What's going on here?" So if he got pulled like that, I would use it. Because this is how I think. I don't really care about football, to be honest with you. I just like watching Shedeur, Travis, and following Colorado. Prior to Coach Prime going to Jackson State, I stopped watching football for over 10 years. I just don't like the game anymore. They're the only reason why I'm watching. I'm really talking about it. Yeah, I know Boomer Esiason was saying it, and Rich Eisen and a few others. But it's still their league. They could do whatever they want to do. If they don't like you, they said it came from up top, though. They said it came from up top, meaning the NFL, not the teams. The actual NFL higher ups said don't draft them. That's what Eric Dickerson said. And the teams had to fall in line. And they didn't draft them. That's what he said. So I need to know who exactly told him that. And I'm like, look, Mr. Dickerson, can you help me out? Because I'm not interested in playing football anymore. I need my money, though. And you can always work out something on the back end, to grease people's pockets, on the low. But I need that evidence, though. Because he could sue for at least $1 billion. And then he ain't got to worry about playing football no more. You said Roger Goodell works for the owners, though? Yeah, but it's a certain group of people that own that league that call the shots. And they're also the same that I'm not going to get into it. It's not, I don't call for it here, but it's a certain group of people that runs it. Shit, Kanye just apologized recently. You ain't see it? You ain't see him. He apologized for a reason. He had to go to them people to apologize. That's what I'm talking about. This is beyond Roger Goodell, okay? It's beyond him. The mafia is not just Italians. You know that, right? If you don't believe me, I want you to research Arnold Rothstein and the Black Sox. Go look. It's been going on. This is nothing new under the sun. So if he don't get right with those people, he ain't playing in no fucking NFL. Okay? You said black people need to boycott the NFL. They don't respect value. No, all people need to boycott the NFL. Remember, it's the elites and then the rest of the other people. Some of the rest of the other people think they're included and they're not. It has to be everybody. But that's never going to happen because, you know, that's like living through rose-colored glasses. We got to live in reality here. That's never going to happen. There's no boycotts going on. You said Jerry Jones is the most powerful owner and Jerry Kraft second. I just told you Kanye West had to apologize recently to certain people. It's not Jerry Jones. There's an unseen hand here that you never see. It's an unseen hand in this country that you never see that runs everything. It's nothing new. I mean, you got to go back to the NFL for a second. And some of the players, okay, case in point. Let's go to the NBA for a second. You remember Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? Anybody remember Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? He was the Steph Curry before Steph Curry. You think Steph Curry used to shoot like that? Nah, yo, you don't remember Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller still can shoot like that, even to this day, even when he's retired. He don't miss shots. Reggie Miller. Steph Curry wasn't the first person to do this. But see, back then, we wouldn't let people shoot like how Steph Curry is shooting. But it don't mean that we didn't have shooters back in the day like Steph Curry. We did. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was one of them. Reggie Miller was one of them. Okay? Reggie Miller was one of them. Wesley Persons was one of them. Yeah, Wesley Persons was one of them. Allen Houston was another. But we didn't shoot like how they allow him to shoot. The game didn't call for that back then. But the reason why I brought up Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, because he was the closest to Steph Curry as far as their game. And they blackballed him. Because during the national anthem, come on, you talking about Colin Kaepernick. Man, he was a Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick, man. Nothing's new under the sun. He was praying. He wasn't doing nothing disrespectful. He was praying during the national anthem. He was praying. Right? He was praying during the national anthem, and they blackballed him, but they didn't blackball Ribéry. They didn't blackball Ribéry, the French soccer player. The French soccer player Ribéry used to pray during the national anthem as well. He never got blackballed. He was praying during the French national anthem. His name is Ribéry. So it's okay for him to pray during the anthem, but Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf couldn't pray during the anthem. Maybe one had the complexion for the protection. Shedeur don't have that complexion for the protection, and he's finding it out now. He don't. They did not prepare him. They did not. And you know the crazy thing is, his dad is a Hall of Famer. He got connections in the league, right? But his connections don't go as far as them other people, the unseen hand that's calling the shots. That's why. Everybody else had to fall in line, and they better not say nothing. They better not. They could say, oh, he's not being prepared and stuff like that. They could say that, but they can't talk about the unseen hand. Yeah, Reggie Miller was it. Go look at the YouTube video, Reggie Miller, what he did to the Knicks in a few seconds of the game. He was the ultimate Knick killer, Reggie Miller. The ultimate Knick killer. And he looked at Spike Lee and did the choke sign to Spike Lee. I'll never forget it. Reggie Miller was an assassin. he was a Steph Curry before Steph Curry. He was the assassin. But he played within the flow of the game. He didn't just hoist up shots like how Steph is doing. Even though Steph is that's a bad dude. Steph a bad dude. He's a Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer. He's a bad dude. And he did all that. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna talk about it. But that's what's happening here with Shedeur, man. There's something other going on other than football. Or it could just be the organization not knowing what they're doing. It could be that too. It don't have to be as deep. It could just be because they did it with Baker Mayfield. And Deshaun, he got hurt. But Myles Garrett, I don't feel sorry for him because he chose the money. Even though he could have got the money elsewhere. But hey, they paid him. And he got to accept being a loser for his whole career. Or he could have went somewhere else to a winner. He could have easily went to the 49ers. He didn't want to do that. He stayed right there and got that 200 plus million. I'm not mad at him. I would get the money too, but he ain't gonna never win. He gonna be in a Pro Bowl every year, but he never gonna be on a winning team. But that's what I wanted to say. Just that blocking right there would tell you. They never heard his cadence and different things like that. And shit, that's the way it is, man. I could even tell how the players be looking at him that something is off. I could tell. Shedeur had he posted a story on his Instagram of one of the offensive linemen drinking that blue water, the blue bottle water. I could tell just how he looking at him that something is off. I could tell. He got frenemies on that team. I could tell. I could tell. And they probably was told not to block for him. In my opinion. Yeah, man. Just be laxed on him, man. Let's teach him a lesson. The lesson is continuing to be taught. No, this is the NFL. Ain't nobody doing that contextual. That ain't happening. He on his own. And he should be on his own. You know what I'm saying? He in the NFL. But the thing is, he should have a fair shot. That's all you need. You don't have to give nobody anything. Just give them a fair chance. But nothing is fair, So I can already tell you what's going to happen the next game. They're going to lose. This is what's going to happen. And you know what Shedeur said? He don't accept losing, and it's not accepted. Sir, let me tell you something, Shedeur. They don't care what you thinking. If they want to tank this season, they don't care what you saying. It sound good. Okay? You're not at Colorado no more. Okay? Your father don't call the shots. They don't care what you think here. They don't. And this is reality. He's saying when losing is unacceptable. You think they care what he's saying? No, it's acceptable to them, Shedeur. You say you heard 2 linemen starters were out. It don't matter if they were out. Look at this blocking. These are NFL offensive linemen. It's the next man up. This blocking is unacceptable. That was on purpose. Look at the center. He has no work to do. There's only one player they blocking. And they all focus on that one player. And here come the one coming up the middle. That's unacceptable. And the running back is damn near blocking somebody's back. You see it? He's blocking somebody in the back. And that guy is coming up the middle right there. I mean, at least he picked up somebody, but he should have picked up the guy coming down the middle. Yeah, man, they don't want him to. It seemed like they don't want him to succeed here. No first team reps, no nothing. Not even one rep. Give me at least a rep with the first team, not nothing. They're focused on Dylan. What Dylan is, they said, is in concussion protocol. Yeah, I know. You said what block they hugging. That's what it looked like. I don't know what the hell is going on. But look at the three that people circled. 78 has the block. He's good. He don't need no help. So what is 77 doing? And what is the center doing? What are they doing? They don't have no work. I know it's just in him, but listen, it don't matter what he's saying at this point. That's what I'm telling you. He's not at Colorado no more. They don't care. I would be like, look, man, you know what I would say? That the film speaks for itself, man. That's all I can say. The film speaks for itself. Yeah, I know I did. I know I saw that they were stacking and they dropped back. But the offensive line, even though they dropped back, the offensive line still should have adjusted. This is unacceptable for an NFL offensive line. I could see if it was like a Division II level college offensive line. This is an NFL offensive line. Yeah, so that's what happened right there. Jeff Saturday wouldn't have done that for Peyton Manning. He would have picked up that block. Jeff Saturday would have picked up the block. Jeff Saturday would have, the offensive line, their job is to communicate with each other when it's happening. The quarterback will hold up the cadence, and then the center and everybody will be talking about that, what just happened. And who do you have? You got him, you got him. That's what they would have been doing. They'd have been communicating with each other on their assignments. This is an NFL offensive line. Shit, Dylan, like, I'm done. I know Dylan, like, I'm done now. I'm in concussion protocol. I'm done. People like, I didn't see when Dylan got hurt. He could have hurt when he fell down. Yeah, Thomas, it's easy. It's clear as day. Yeah, but Dylan done, Miss Pam. He done. He said, I'm done, yo. I got a concussion. I don't feel good. He been getting beat up too, though. Like, I'm done. Like, this team can't block, yo. You said he had 2 deep drops that would have, yeah, of course. Let's drop the ball. We not letting him succeed. Drop that MFer, man. We'll give you a little bonus pay. Drop the MFer. Well, wait a minute, coach. I need now drop it. I'm not saying they doing that, but I can't prove that. But you said Shedeur can end up being a coach at a high school or a little league team. You said, yeah, but the thing is, I'll be done with football because I'm not trying to help nobody get to this type of league. And they doing stuff like this to people. I know I can't put it past them, but you know, yeah, and he had a lot of rust. He should have been like they should have had him more prepared because the way Dylan was getting hit, you got to be like, look, he may not make it the way he getting hit here. I remember that one game, the dude Superman sacked him, flew up in the air and got him. You're like, I'm not sitting up here taking this punishment no more. You all crazy. I got a concussion and my neck hurt. That's what I'll be saying. I got neck problems now. My neck hurt. I'm out for the season. Done. Yeah, and trade me, please. Because they can't block to save their life. They were getting Joe Flacco hit. So I don't know. I know I'll be glad when the season over for him at least. Maybe he'll go somewhere else. Yeah, they were booing him a little bit during the game. I guess he's like, I'm done with this, yo. Y'all can have this. Dylan went running in the locker room. Looked like he was all right. I got a concussion. Well, he don't need to get hit to get a concussion. He could fall on the ground and get a concussion. He could just fall the wrong way. Or it could have been a delayed reaction. Like he could have got hit early in the game and he got to the locker room. He felt nauseous and stuff like that. And dizzy. But anyway, Dylan, like, I'm done. Y'all can have this game. Y'all sitting up here booing me. Yeah, y'all, I'm done. You said that TD drop was sad. Yeah, drop that damn ball. Do not catch no touchdowns for 12. Do not do it. We'll make sure you give you a little 50,000 bonus after the game. But don't catch nothing. We are not going to make this kid look good. He is not throwing his watch up on us. He's not doing it. I don't care. Drop the ball. Do it. That's conspiracy talk, so I don't like keep talking like that, but I wouldn't put it past him, man. I know it was a dime, but you know what I'm saying? It's just I can't prove it. Oh, he was emotional about it? Okay. Well, maybe, yeah. They could have won the game off that, though. They could have. He might have been. If he was crying about it, he meant, like, damn, I could have caught that. That's what's up. Shout out to LeJohntay Wester. He came up to him after the game. Shedeur was just sitting there. LeJohntay Wester came over. He might have been telling him to keep his head up. Like, yo, you're going to get through it. He said maybe he was emotional because he didn't want to drop it on purpose, but he had to. I mean, he's a human being. You said never let him see you sweat. He's a human being. We have emotions. Yes, it's getting to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's gonna feel it. He just lost the game. They could have won that game. I know the play you're talking about. You said the guy wide open in the end zone. I saw that. Yeah, there was a couple throws that they could have caught. I don't think it's just set up for him to do anything with this team. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. He'd be better off with the Jets. I hate to say that, guys. He'd be better off with the Jets. Jets ain't no better. At least the owner want him. Like, yo, let's come over here and work out. Let's do something over here. But anyway, we'll see what happened next week because Dylan, I think they're giving you a weekend concussion, right? Protocol. So we'll see. He might get to start against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. So we'll see. That could be an audition game for him because I'm sure Brady will be watching that game. But he already know he's not prepared. He already said the owner don't know nothing about no reading defenses. So he already know the kid not going to be prepared. Shedeur cracks you up when he said it felt good. Well, he a funny guy too. He is. He got a sense of humor. You said God is calling his number. God ain't got nothing to do with no football, man. I really don't think so. I really don't. I don't know if that's the case, then why is he allowing this to happen? If that's the case. No, I just don't see things like that. I don't. Maybe it's true though. Maybe I don't know. I know. That's why I was telling people. I saw what she said. She right about it. Ain't had no first team reps. But yeah, go get out there. We knew he was going to eventually play because the way Dylan was getting hit, it was a matter of time before Dylan, like, I'm done with this right here. A part of what plan? Like, what is the plan? I don't know. Well, how come he's allowing some people to thrive and some people not? If that's a part of the plan, I don't believe in that. I don't. I do not believe in that. A part of what plan? Oh, expose the league. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I saw that Jay Smooth that they didn't call it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I just have my opinions on the Browns. I don't like them. So I'm never going to see nothing positive. I'm not. Not going to see nothing positive. But his mother's saying the same thing, man. So I know I'm not tripping. He going through it. So if this is like an initiation for him to go on and have a good career, then okay, I can see that. All right, let's just put him through it because he ain't earned nothing. We're going to make him earn something now. And then next year, we're going to give him all the opportunity. But he got to earn. So now I don't, even that, I don't see it. I don't see that. You said the narrative has been totally different. If they had, no, he's still not getting first team reps. I still would have been saying it. He's still not getting first team reps. I was being negative the whole game, even when he got in. I should have went live so you should have heard it. Yeah, the narrative would have been different because they would have put him in a position for them to win. So yeah, I wouldn't have had to say that. Because if they had put him in position and he got some first team reps and he'd been prepared, then I wouldn't care if they lost. If they lost, you lose. It's the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, the Baltimore Ravens, okay. They didn't play terribly well either. Lamar had like 2 interceptions or something like that. Sometimes God does things to expose people. Yeah, but how come other people don't go through that, man? I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, but see, yeah, he was one play away from looking like a hero, but maybe it would have turned out better if he was prepared. That's all I'm saying. Now if he get all the first team reps this week and he go out there and they still lose, then okay, that's just what it is. But even still, I'm going to be talking because it was just, I don't know. I just don't like Stefanski and them, to be honest with you. I don't give them the benefit of the doubt because they don't give us the benefit of the doubt. So I don't give them the benefit of the doubt at all. I don't. I don't. That's it. You said they couldn't run the game plan because Shedeur didn't know it. It's crazy. Hey, just get out there and run this play. That's all it was. If it worked, it worked. If not, the hell with it. Yeah, do this play. That's it. Just like Shannon said, they don't have any plays that he's comfortable with. How would they know that if he's not getting no starts, no reps? I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. They just messed up, bro. That's it. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Somebody told me like you a little sore because he didn't go to the Jets, but it don't matter. We'll see what happened next week. You said the Ivan Drago game plan. That's what they gave him. He dies. He dies. He said, what do they expect a rookie quarterback come in the game with no reps? And he's supposed to be flawless. Right. He said, bring back Jim Brown. Ain't no way to do that. %94% of supporting. Yeah, but it's up to say it ain't about what people think. It's about what Stefanski and the owner thinks. Yeah, I know he's sticking to Dylan's QB1, so Dylan might be going back to QB1. Like as soon as he had a protocol, come on, Dylan, let's go. See, I don't expect Shedeur to play next week. As soon as I think the protocol is 5 days. Come on, Dylan, let's go. He just got a protocol hour ago. Let's go. Let's go play. That's it. Shedeur go back to doing what he's doing. I know I'm not tripping because his mother said the same thing. I know I'm because it do seem like I'm extra hard on the team. It does because I'll be trying to find some light here to talk something good, but I can't find nothing. I promise you, the next video maybe I'll try to come up with something, but right now I can't. I can't. I'm gonna find something because I always like to find the good in something. Let me see what I can find. You know the good I find in this? Shedeur was happy to go in there. You see how he was jumping around when he got in? You know what that was reminiscent of? When the Michigan quarterback, when the freshman got in for the first time. You remember the Michigan freshman that they have now? When he got in the game for the first time, how he was jumping around? That's how Shedeur was. He was happy. That's the good I take away from this. He was happy to get the fuck in that game. That was his first game as an NFL quarterback. He was happy about it. That's the good I take away from that. Okay. And he looked, remember he threw his first completion? Man, he looked like a fucking quarterback, didn't he? Didn't it look like a quarterback? He looked like a quarterback. Okay. He got the look of a quarterback. I'm like, okay, Shedeur, I see it. I see it. Okay. How he threw it, a quick 10-yard pass. He rifled it in there. Yeah. Yeah. So I like that right there. He was happy to get in there. And he looked comfortable too. He wasn't nervous. Wasn't nervous at all. But other than that, I can't find nothing else. I'm just you know, but maybe next video I'll come up with something and stop being so sore about it. You said I don't get this about he's never earned anything. That's not true because Coach Prime made his sons. No. Let's be real here. I'm not dissing him. He has never competed for a quarterback position. He's never done it. He's always been the quarterback. Okay. Because Coach Prime built them up. He didn't put all that work into him for him not to start. Period. It's not a bad thing. This is not a knock on Shedeur. This is, he can't help how everything turned out. Shit, if my dad the coach, I'm starting. I don't care what nobody say. Especially if I'm good. Now I didn't say he wasn't good. He's good. To justify them doing that. Because he didn't have to compete for a quarterback position at Colorado. Coach Prime said he brought his Louis luggage and he already got a quarterback. Did he not say that? So he never had to compete at Colorado. Never. He said, I bring my Louis luggage and we already got a quarterback, so don't worry about it. And the reason why he said that, because the kid is actually good. He can play. That was my point. So when you bring that up saying he never had to compete at Colorado. That's a whole fact. That's a whole Snapple fact number 67. He never had to compete for a quarterback position. Never. Even at Jackson State, never. Never. That is a whole fact. And it's not a bad thing because he's actually good. The kid now, if he couldn't play, if he was mid, then I would have to say, I'll be real with you. Yeah, he was a little mid, but he's not mid. He can actually play. So who else is going to start at Jackson State other than Shedeur? Who else was going to start at Colorado other than Shedeur? They didn't have nobody. He was the best one. But did he have to compete? No, he didn't. Yeah, he never had no comp. And he never had no comp on the team. He was always the best quarterback. That's not a bad thing. But what I'm telling you is they probably think that he ain't earned nothing. But that's not his fault. He was afforded a lot of opportunity in life. He was afforded to be around Tom Brady. He was afforded to be around what's his name? What's his name? What's the quarterback who played for the Bengals? Jeff Blake. He was afforded to be around Jeff Blake and all of them. Okay? So it's just a privilege he had. Yeah, Jeff Blake. But that's not his fault. And he's actually good. But yeah, competing for a position, he never had to do that. You said when the football season, do you still come on? Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna still give the Browns the business for sure, even in the off season. Yeah, he was the best quarterback in college. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's never had to compete. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. He was arguably the best quarterback in college football in the draft. You said Shedeur did not work much with the coach other than Prime. Well, he worked with a lot of offensive coordinators. They were his coaches as well. So he did have other coaches. And when he was at Colorado, he learned under two different systems. So First it was Sean Lewis, and then the other one, Shermer. No, he didn't look like a deer in headlights. That was his first situation, but he said it. There were certain things that he has to get used to. It was the speed of it. He had to get used to it because he hasn't been in an NFL game. I mean, a legit NFL regular season game. So it's a little different. His muscle memory at the end of the day, he'll get used to it. He will get used to it as long as the team is willing to build around him. He'll get used to it. Yeah, he'll get used to it. He'll definitely get used to it if they want him to get used to it. He don't need but a game. He'll know he'll be better the next game. As long as he get them first team reps, he gonna mess around. He don't care how many times he gets sacked. He gonna mess around and get you a win. If he gets sacked, he'll get right back up and act like it never happened. And go see if what he can do. Because he can get the ball downfield. For sure he can. They acting like they don't want him. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't trade him though. That's why people are a little conflicted about it. Well, how come they didn't trade him? Why are they keeping him if the team is acting like this? Even the team is acting like it, and they can care less. Yeah, but they definitely will have to work hard because Shedeur don't like to lose. He'll find a way to win. He will find a way to win. No, I know it wasn't toward you. I'm using your comment, Ed, because it's going around Twitter. So I'm using what you said to talk about what we were talking about because I'm having the same conversation on Twitter. So I didn't mean to direct it towards you, but I like that was brought up so we could go into that and what people are talking about on Twitter. You said hazing and humiliation. Well, hopefully next year will be better then. If he's going through his hazing right now, he should have a good season next year. But I don't agree with all that. Tom Brady didn't go through no hazing. Jeff Blake didn't go through no hazing. Yeah, Jeff Blake. He didn't go through no hazing. Randall Cunningham didn't go through no hazing. Michael Vick didn't go through no hazing. My point is, the reason why I'm bringing him up, because this transcends race. That's why I brought it up. It's not a race thing. If the team has to get behind you for you to be successful. That's my point. They have to believe in you and they have to be behind you. Michael Vick didn't have no hazing when he was in Atlanta. They didn't haze Michael Vick either. No, it's not just the white quarterbacks. They have to get behind you. If they don't get behind you, bullshit. You're going to be in trouble. They didn't haze Randall Cunningham. Buddy Ryan didn't haze Randall Cunningham. He did not. Yeah, Lamar Jackson. Well, they kind of talked about him a little bit, but he didn't go through no hazing. I'm talking about with his team. He didn't. So this is beyond the race. This is not it. They have to get behind you. And we'll see. Maybe they're looking for another quarterback. We'll have to see when they get to the draft because they're trying to set themselves up for the first round. You know, the Jets are setting themselves up. It's going to be the Cleveland and the Jets because the Jets have already 3 picks in the first round. That's why they traded Sauce Gardner. So we're going to see what the next draft looks like. Because the Jets going for a few things. The Jets is definitely going for a quarterback. And it's sad because I think they have a good quarterback. But the owner shouldn't have said what he said about him. I think that messed his confidence up. You said, bro, it's definitely racial. Well, I mean, I'm not denying that as far as, remember, they used to give us tests back in the day. They used to give them a test because they said that mentally the black quarterback wasn't capable of playing a position, and they made them take these tests. So yeah, I'm aware of it. But I'm just making a point that Michael Vick didn't go through no hazing. I'm talking about hazing. He didn't go through no hazing. You ain't getting no better than Michael Vick. I mean, he had an accurate arm, and his arm was deadly. He had a powerful arm. Yeah, the cornerback of the Jets got shot on Sunday. I know. I'm going to talk about that a little later on the other channel. Because I don't know why he was outside. And I don't know why he was where he was at that club. Let me tell you something. If you an athlete and you ain't got no bodyguards, you can't come outside. I don't know why. Where was his bodyguard? He ain't have none. They more than likely going to try to, I don't know what's up with Deshaun. They may have to give Deshaun another chance because they paid him all that money. So he'd probably be back next season. And when they say they developing their quarterbacks, I don't see how they're doing it. Because Dylan not prepared either. Yeah, Vic was the man. See, Vic had everything. He had the speed, he had the arm, and he had the accuracy. He had it all. Yeah, I think they have to keep Deshaun for another couple years before they trade him. They get rid of that huge contract. But if he can't play anymore, they have insurance on the contract to try to recoup some of that money. Because they gave it to him all guaranteed. Shit, if I was Deshaun, I ain't playing no more, Ryan. I'm done. Guys, my knees, I can't do it. Man, my knees messed up. But we'll see what happens coming up. But guys, I'm out of here. I'll be back a little later. But yeah, man, the league talking about it. We'll see what he do next week. If he is going to be named the starting quarterback, he'll get the first team reps. If not, Dylan, they're going back to Dylan. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.